Time now for the Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.
But we tried to warn you, folks. We tried to warn you. And what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about amnesty. Amnesty by another name, soft amnesty, whatever you want to call it. The amnesty drums in Washington are beating. They are the only drums that are nearly as loud and as predictable as the war drums. And we tried to warn you. But yet here we are, after everything you've been through, after the incredible success that was November 5th, 2024, President Trump winning a landslide electoral victory, winning the popular vote, coming back from the political ashes to overtake this beautiful nation and govern it once more as the 47th president of the United States, promising mass deportations, promising to set right the ills and the evils and the wrongs of the Biden administration that led in upwards, potentially as many as 20 million illegal immigrants. Amnesty drums are once again beating, banging loudly. And we tried to warn you. I will never forget, Charlie blew the whistle on this a couple of weeks ago. And, I couldn't help but see some of the comments online saying, oh, you're just doing this for clicks. Oh, you're just trying to be an influencer, whatever. No, this was very clear. We were getting warnings and heads up from official people, lawmakers, people with the knowledge of the proceedings, warning us that amnesty was going to be coming, that a bill was going to be proposed. And sure enough, here we get the so-called Dignity Act of 2025. I'm going to play the clip for you. You decide, and you tell me if we were just blowing smoke, if we were raising a false alarm for clicks, or if somebody just got proved extraordinarily and sadly right. Play cut 402.
They did break the law. They are illegals or undocumented, but they have been here for more than 5 years, contributing to the economy. Those people, someone gave them a job, and they are needed because we need hands in order to continue being the number one economy in the world. So why don't we do something Solomonic? And let's break the baby into two. No path to citizenship in my law, no amnesty, no path ever. Just bring them out of the shadows, make them pay a fine for 7 years. That is billions of dollars to the Treasury. Make them give us 1% of their salary over 7 years. No federal programs, no health insurance. And then they can go back home for Christmas. They can come back, continue working, buying homes, paying taxes, and contributing to the economy.
You see what she did there? And that's Rep. Salazar from the Miami area in Florida. Used to be a TV host. Yep, that's the Dignity Act of 2025. So full operational control of the border and E-Verify. Well, those things should already be in place. Basically saying if you got into the United States before 2021, so before the Biden era, that you would be allowed to stay. So cut all the garbage about no pathway to citizenship. That's what they want you to focus on. We don't care about that. Okay? Obviously we care, but that's not the main issue here. No pathway to citizenship. That's not the critical piece. This is diet amnesty. This is low-calorie amnesty. But in some ways, this is worse. And let me explain why. And we know this because we've talked to the people that are tasked with Trump's mass deportation. Again, his very popular, very successful mass deportation policy. And by the way, Congress just passed resources in the One Big Beautiful Bill to execute upon. And here's the key. Here's the kicker. Here's the ruse I want you to focus on. There is no way to tell with most illegal immigrants when they enter the United States. So all you have to do is say the magic words, oh, I came in 2020. Oh, I came in 2019. I've been working since then. Well, we don't have any documentation. Well, I can prove it, but it's going to take me some time. Okay, well, let's put you in this court date in 18 years, and you can just stay and keep doing exactly what you're doing. And by the way, while you're at it, maybe your TO and your TIA or whoever, whatever country you come from, is also going to be able to come. Or maybe your sister or your brother already has permanent residency and they're going to bring their family members via chain migration, and the cycle continues. Now, so here's the deal. This is not soft amnesty. This will grind mass deportations to a halt. Hear me again. This will grind President Trump's very popular, very successful, majority of Americans want all illegals removed. Poll after poll after poll, between 55 and 65% in the polling want all illegals deported. Doesn't matter their status, doesn't matter their sob story, doesn't matter what loophole or what emotional trigger you want to use. 55 to 65, depending on the poll, of Americans want deportations of all illegals. And you could make a case that President Trump was elected because of a variety of things. Trade agreements, ending all wars, men and women's sports. All of these things are important, yes. And President Trump has a massively popular platform. Politically, policy-wise, everything's important. But there is inarguably a cornerstone to it all. And that is that we were going to put Americans first, once and for all, finally and forever. Or at least while we have control. So this is worse than soft amnesty. And don't give me the line that just because there's no pathway to citizenship, that this doesn't count as amnesty. This is creating a loophole that will be exploited. And I want to take you back as well to the Simpson-Mazzoli Act of 1986. And we talked about this on this show. Charlie's talked about it at length, where we were promised limited amnesty for border security. Well, we got the amnesty and it wasn't limited, and we got zero border security. We got zero immigration control. Now, they promised that was going to be between 350, 500,000, and it ended up being about 3 million people, because guess what? Illegal immigrants that have broken your laws to get into your country in the first place are pretty good at continuing to exploit loopholes to allow them to stay. Repeat. If they cheated to get in the first place, they'll cheat to stay. So do not fall for it. Do not fall for the soft amnesty. Do not fall for the sob stories. Don't fall for the crops are going to be rotting in the fields. Don't fall for any of this stuff. We are at a turning point, a linchpin, a pivot in our economy where we are being warned that college graduates that were born here, raised here, went to school here are not able to get jobs because of the AI revolution. And we need a lot of those people, yes, to go into the trades, but even the trades will eventually be subject to the same march of history that we're all staring down the barrel of. We do not need to flood our country with more people. We do not need to create loopholes for more people to stay and to exploit, because guess what? When they say it's not amnesty, it always is amnesty, period. When they say something to get you to soften your resolve, just remember, double down on your resolve, hold fast, and know they're lying to you. No more sob stories. We want what we voted for, and that is the basic American promise. What the people want, the people get. No amnesty by another name. Figure it out, folks. We tried to tell you, and here it is.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel. Stay informed anytime, anywhere with the Salem News Channel and 9:30 a.m. TheAnswer.com. This has been The Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.